Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back. Fall like yellow on leaves. Ball like an all-white shirt, no sleeves. Tell her, put it like me. Blowing a coffee, to sleep. You weak, chic. The webby, look at the boots, fleet. Headache, got a hook till she give me a headache. Send me a text, I ain't reading no essay. Fall back, yeah, get back. Fall back, yeah, get back. Back, 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 back. Fall back, 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 back. I only like bad, with a thick, it's a big, it's a no, so long as she get really, really good. Listen, I don't mean to call you up, cause I don't know that. And if I never call you again, that mean you throw back. We only met once, but we like we go back, way, way back. Run it, now we on track. But you can never ever be my man. You a whole snap, you said it on your IG page. I ain't say that, like say that. Lay back, in the back of the Maybach. Play that, you should say that. I be in the streets like a stray rat. I will never be with a ring, cause he ain't finna take half. I be on my kid, one girl, one side, in a dope, sending me a text like she misses. The only way she getting back in it. Fall back, yeah, get back. Fall back, yeah, get back. Back, 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 back. Fall back, 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 back. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, doo-doo-doo. Fall back, yeah, get back, back. Fall back, yeah, get back. Fall back, yeah, get back. Back, 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 back. Fall back, 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 back. Fall back, yeah, get back.
Zombie Nation. EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. With Greg Olsen, I'm Mike Tirico, and out there is Tyler Loop to get us started. And off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. 35-yard line. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Dart. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. On the pickup.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. That's taken in. What a test by Neighbors. To Malik Neighbors. It's a a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Let's go now. 72 street.
Here's Scattergood. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. And that one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down to number 87.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll work forward for a yard. That's all he needed. This is going to be a first down.
Come on now, that's just unfair. You're asking them to stop a fullback cold. All he needed was a couple inches to pick up the first down. Mike, I think if they run that play 10 different times, he's moving the chains.
Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. They'll look to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and you know they missed on that long attempt. At least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Cowboy 80.
They'll send their tight end left. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. It is a big play for the Eagles. 32 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Up the middle they go. Not much there. Maybe a yard. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 9.
Here we go. Cooking like these.
He'll look to throw. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On the set.
3rd and 9.
Get up. 60 Eagles. Go.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Giants will take over at their own 15.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Here's Dart on 1st and 10. They'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment.
Hold it ready.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 4.
Ready. Half the 60, half the 60. Hey, read our key, read our key. 70, Timberwolf. Ready,
Out of shotgun, it's Dart. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And mark him down beyond the 30. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Giants.
It's a pretty simple read. It's man coverage. They run a little interference on the inside, and that makes it hard for the defender to stick with their man, and it leads to an easy pitch and catch.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Here's Dart. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside.
Okay, great.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Craft all 80.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll air it out down the middle.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And he's close to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that one.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Panther 60, Panther 60, Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready, ready?
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is incomplete.
So I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. And it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Get it. Ready.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. No problems there. They get the first by plenty on that 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Here's 1st and 10. This one tapped forward on the pop pass. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Giants' 32-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Come on. 19 Wyatt. 60 by 6.
He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Open man. It's Dante Fortin. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Past the 60, past the 60. Go.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is 2nd TD catch of the season.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tag! Viking 18! Street!
The drive will begin with a run by Scatterboo. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
A loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd and 11.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now they'll set in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Jalen Carter. He had 2 sacks in the opener and given 1 more here in week 2.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
60 Eagles, 60 Riggs.
Out of the gun, here comes Dart. He's going to let this one go deep. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
That's good.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. That's a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Cougar.
Now a give up the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Pick up there of 13. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Gain of 13 yards.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate. And that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
On the RPO, quickly in the hands of Cooper. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 20, here's 2nd and a yard.
Come on.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Handoff here, up the middle, and He'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Here we go. Set. Hey.
The RPO, that one is complete. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get it to the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Liking 18. Ready.
On 3rd down, we'll try to get it on the ground.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
70 Timberwolves.
2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Eagles will extend to a 10-0 lead. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Looking to throw. It's Dart. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Dart. That's caught, and it's Cam Scalaboo. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Third down and 9.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Dart. And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, like, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field, and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
Ready? Let's go. 70 Lions.
The motion man here is Woods. They're trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
70 Lions. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80.
They'll look to throw. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40.
Back to the air one more time. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they will get the first down here and move into field goal range inside the 25.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Ready, ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Seven Pirates. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Forced out wide. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10.
Cougar 79 Broncos.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. They're going to take over at their own 8-yard line.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. On the play fake, here's Dart. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and they're still looking for their first points of the game, and it's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. He's going to look downfield once again. And his offense is going to be all set up with a good field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses. And what a way to close out the half, Mike. They essentially stole 3 points right before the break, and I think that's something they could build on at halftime and give them some positive momentum coming out for the second half.
Seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchdown.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready? 19, target.
Out of the shotgun. It's gone. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 10
Down a timeout,
at the 20-yard
Giants.
line.
That is their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. The Giants field goal unit out on the field. Well, this would be something from an impossible distance.
The kick is no good.
So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And that's well done by the kicking team, who's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's made. That's Wolf. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only...
Oh, the ball's out. It appeared that an Eagle was able to get his hands on it. And indeed, the signal, Philadelphia will hold on to possession.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
This is 3rd and 6.
Two. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete.
So you have to imagine this offense goes in at halftime. They're feeling pretty good about the position they are, especially knowing they possess the ball coming out for the second half. You want to put together a great drive and add to the lead. No time to be conservative. No time to just sit on this ball and punt. You want to keep the pressure on the defense and score every time you get it.
Returnable from the 17. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
24-yard line.
Yeah. Really with the... I should probably sign a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that drink you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my...
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Kobe D. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
And he's in. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Eagle. It's his second touchdown of the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
He'll drop the throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Giants offense.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. On first down, Dart. That's going to be incomplete. Very stout. It's going to bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
On play action, it is Dart. Good throw, taken in. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Dart. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations like this, defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Giants sending out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
They're on the 45-yard line.
Come on. 60, 70, Timberwolves.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No gain.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. 70 Timberwolves.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is taken in left side by Fortney. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. It is a big play for the Eagles. 33 yards.
A gain of 33 yards on the play.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. Cowboy 80.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And a good short force there. He gets
most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Tag! 70 Lions!
But it looks like the Eagles are able to corral it, so Philly will retain possession.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
He's got it at about the 8. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
49-yard line.
Ready.
So we go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Ready.
He'll try the right side with Scalaboo. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay,
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Go! Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Hurry up and get your muscle up, we up the plyometric. Ran up by the lux, and that's up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet, you could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit, let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling. Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
Check the call.
Ready. Cougar 19. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Watch the ship.
Ready.
They'll throw out of the gun, and that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or kick a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down.
19. Shot.
Back to throw. That's taken in. And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10.
Like, kill. 18 Cardinal, 8. Kill.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Let's go. 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw yet again. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here we go, shot. Viking, 18. Go.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. They only need a yard, and it's 4th down.
Get it.
They'll go. It's Scatterboo. 1st down and more inside the 15. And they are into the end zone for the 1st time today. And Scatterboo. Touchdown, New York.
The kicker on 4-point after.
Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. Just a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 28-yard line.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Go! 70 Lions.
They'll look to throw. A quick slant into the hands of Cooper. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Come on. Set.
Williams, the tight end, is in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got the 1st down and more than that. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Big-time play for Phillies. That goes for 58. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19, Cowboy 80. Ready.
Big throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. The receiver didn't have much time to get himself open. The incompletion brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are under.
He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long.
80. Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Now this time he'll set up to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
But I think the two of us kind of looked at each other up here in the booth, Mike, like I'm a little surprised they're still throwing the ball at this stage of the game with the lead. But when you've had as much success through the air that they've had today, I think I can blame them for trying to pad the stats a little bit. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, when you've given up this many points, you're going to get quite the workload with your return units, and that's a really good effort right there. I mean, it's going to get lost anytime you have a one-sided game like this, but that's great determination on that run back.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Open man downfield. That's Neighbors. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A nice throw there by the rookie, and he earns his guys a 1st down.
The 24-yard line.
Get up. Cowboy 80. Let go.
He'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here we go. 18, right. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Oh, looking end zone, but it's out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
70 Lions. Ready, right?
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of the dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
The Giants field goal unit out on the field. This will be a 41-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Giants cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Into space at the 45. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line. Big-time play for Philly. 56 yards.
So you take a look at an offensive coordinator's play sheet, Mike, and there's a column on all of those pages that at the end of the day, it's about the players, not the plays. And when things aren't going well, you say, all right, who do I have to get the ball to? Well, this guy is one of them. I mean, whether they throw it to him, hand it to him, whatever they do, the more he touches the ball, the more good things happen. I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. And another score in another good performance after winning the opener on their way to 2-0.
Mike, you can't be 2-0 without being 1-0, and for them to be able to continue to string early wins together in the first part of the year, this is the start that every team dreams about. This is what you work for all offseason long to start your season and build some early momentum. Gives you a lot of flexibility and wiggle room as the rest of this season plays on.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Ready? 18 Cardinal. Hut.
They'll start this on the ground with Scatterboot. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Ready?
Once again, it's Scatterboot. And He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Third, they need 8.
10, 60 by 10.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And just because they have this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
Ready.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's done his man, complete to Johnson. They convert with a gain of 15.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
He'll drop to throw. They try to work the screen with Scatterboo. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again.
43-yard line.
Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. The extra point, up and good. The Giants are able to cut into the deficit.
Giants 17.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. 19 Tiger, 69.
To the air now on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 16 yards on the game. And a quick 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Eagles.
On 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway.
For the field goal, a 51-yard attempt.
Another one through the upright. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Giants field goal unit out on the field. Well, this would be something from an impossible distance.
You have to give them credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. That one is good. And the Eagles will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that,
Run it up. The sun is up. So run it down. Get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last for long. Don't happen the time and it obvious. No help for the weak, but the strong. Plenty here, boy, for all of us. Now bring out the drums and the and my homies got rich doing that they said wouldn't work. Bring out the and the it'll load up I'm gonna the place with them car. I see the bums that be wishing we end in the ditch and the pain that see them ain't hurt. I see the love that we give and the love that we give. Sure everything coming full circle. We went from nothing to something, got all of us jumping it that we made from the air. We went from running it with nothing to stop it, just beating the neighborhood, bruh. There ain't a person alive that be matching the vibe, and honestly ain't even fair. There ain't a door with the drive and a vision like I have unless I go look in the mirror, babe. So run it up. The sun is up. To run it down. Get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, we run it up. Yeah, the minute the sun is up. There's no rest to my shut it down. Working for real, get your money up. Believe it on God, put money down. I'm betting the odds on all of us. I do it for all of my people now. Put that on everything that I love. Church. Yeah, on everything that I love. Yeah, ain't nothing that come up. Now we go from angry and mad to happy and glad to find a solution for us. We go from sorry and sad to ready to grab up then get to the front. I want the money, the cash, the moolah, the bag, the currency, stacking it up. We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have. The things will be lacking, my bruh, so what are we lacking? I could point it out, so much that's around. Better settle down, no point doing that. Or they send the hounds, bite me in the, put me in the ground, turn me into ash, cut to carry down. From those who came up before me, I'm here to change up the story. Find me at work in the morning, find me where people are mourning, man, cause death is around every corner. When life isn't free for a person, dog, you act like an animal corner. Savage is speaking a language, y'all, you don't understand, you a foreigner. But nobody needs an advantage now, we needed some balance and order. But you know that's never the case, never a chance that they're changing their ways. It's never a choice that they're giving to you, there will never be justice to face. We sing for the sorrow and dance for the pain. No one to follow, it's just you and me. I swear that it's coming, we starting today, but we wake up tomorrow and things are the same. Damn.
Chill, right on my side is